Welcome back. The $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill Democrats want to pass this Friday is as much of a relief as hot dogs are vegetables. At least that's what some fiscal conservatives are saying. The Biden-backed bill promises a very long list of expensive spending projects to Democrat-run blue states and cities. And that's without Senate Budget Committee Chair Bernie Sanders' plan to put in a $15 an hour minimum wage mandate. Opponents of the ballooning bill say it's not fair to red states, who will be hit with the tab for budget shortfalls in places like New York, Illinois, and California. So should states that crushed their own economies get rewarded with a big government bailout? Here with me now, Virginia Republican Congressman and House Budget Committee member Ben Cline. Welcome, Representative Cline.
Great to be with you, Kennedy.
So I don't think it's fair. If you are in a place like Florida or South Dakota and you have opened up your state, let people work hard and smartly, and you have the tax receipts, why should you be paying for the economies that were A, shut down unfairly, and B, mismanaged before the pandemic?
Kennedy, the American people see this for what it is. It's a $1.9 trillion bailout, but it's a bailout for mismanaged Democrat states. It's not a COVID relief bill when only 8% of the bill goes to COVID programs. It's a Democrat governor's relief bill. Now, some would say that Governor Newsom in California, Governor Cuomo, as you were just talking about in New York, they could use a little bit of relief from the troubles they've got back home. And I know something coming from Virginia about governors in trouble. But, we need a bill that actually focuses on COVID, focuses on getting vaccines in arms, focusing on opening up our economy. Only 5% of this bill, the money that goes to schools, opens up schools this year. It all goes, 95% goes next year.
Why the urgency? That's what I don't understand. I've talked about this on the show almost every night. There are a lot of frustrated parents out there, I am among them, whose kids are still learning remotely. So if the schools aren't open and they're not spending money there and they're not spending this money, then why is that much money earmarked other than a handout to teachers' unions?
Because Gavin Newsom's got to survive a recall election, so Nancy Pelosi put in billions for some kind of high-speed rail out in California.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the kind of thing that is being shoved into this bill, and it's being railroaded through the House by Pelosi. And Bernie Sanders, he just wants even more money. It's a socialist bill on steroids that we need to turn around and focus on the people who are in trouble right now, the people who are out of work, the people who need assistance with COVID, getting these vaccines out and distributed to the public. Everybody needs a vaccine. Who wants one? We should be able to get it to them.
Yeah, but they're going bad. They're having to toss them out. It's really frustrating because there are a lot of seniors, and I've talked to family members and friends and others who say that, their parents, their grandparents, they cannot get their hands on a vaccine. And then you hear story after story about entire batches having to be thrown out because the rollout has been mismanaged in the very states that sort of oversaw the writing of this massive bill. And, there's no accountability. So I know Joe Manchin has been very vocal in his opposition to the $15 an hour minimum wage mandate. How does he feel about the rest of the bill, and will King Joe save the economy?
Well, it's very interesting. I think behind the scenes, you're going to see Manchin's hands all over this bill. Bernie Sanders is claiming as Budget Committee chairman that he's in charge. But really, when it comes right down to it, even Mitt Romney called this thing a clunker. And when Mitt Romney calls it a clunker, you got to take it back to the shop and work on it some more.
Yeah, no, he's got politician hair. And he's very serious about spending money and pretending to not be a Republican, which is fine. Mitt Romney's the weirdest guy.
In Virginia, we say bless his heart.
Yes, you do. That's been said to me many times in Virginia. And it wasn't until recently that someone told me what that means, and I want to write some angry letters. So how does this soap opera end?
You know what? Unfortunately, Nancy Pelosi calls the shots here in the House. She's going to ram this thing through because she's scared of her left flank. She's scared of AOC. She's scared of the squad. So she knows she has to push it through. And then it's going to come down to Joe Manchin. And hopefully the American people can put up enough of a fight to stop this and refocus it on the people who need it and delivering aid for COVID.
All right. Well, Republicans got to remember how to be cost cutters again. I know that's going to be tough for you guys, but someone's got to do it. All right.
Someone's got to do it.
Congressman Cline, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kennedy.